Hey everybody, it is Studmin here. We just wrapped up our second session of Star Wars Zero Company, and I'm safe to say, after playing it, it is easily a contender and should be a nominee for Game of the Year of 2026. It is so, so good. The combat is unreal, like the turn base, it is amazing. I absolutely, like, I wasn't sure, this is my first ever time playing a game like this, like an XCOM type game. And I mean, Star Wars, so I was going to love it, but I wasn't sure about the turn-based combat at first. I'm happy to report, like, I love it. It is so much fun. The only other turn-based combat game I've played is Baldur's Gate 3 and South Park Stick of Truth. So I enjoyed those, but I wasn't sure about, like, as a shooter, but I love it. I was immediately hooked into it. We're just walking around your main hub here where your fellow operators sit. You can talk to them.
Corsilia seems nice.
Sometimes they have,
Not many places left in the galaxy where you can truly disappear.
conversations to offer up. Normally there's like a news thing here. We can get the news from like the Galactic Republic, but I've already used it earlier. So here we can talk to an operator. Trick here. We just did a mission for him.
Sawtooth was never the warm and fuzzy type, but still, we saved his life, and he couldn't get away from us quickly enough.
You can
Man just lost his whole unit.
do different dialogue options.
Best after something like that. I know I wasn't. Well, that wasn't his fault.
Which can affect bond with your operators, as you can see there.
Soldiers follow orders. Maybe so, but that doesn't always help them sleep at night.
Now see, there's a massive, pretty decently good, like, character customization, which I'll go walk over and check here. So I've made myself look like a clone trooper, a blue clone. I'm kind of playing it. Like, your character's not a clone, obviously, but I'm playing it as he uses the armor. We can change things like your body type, go into your face, eyebrows, eyes, your face type, freckles, Tiligo, if that's, I think it's pronounced that, lots of scarring options, hair types, there's so many options, it is quite extensive. I'll keep mine the same. You can change your facial hair, there's tons of options there. You can do like massive beards. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of options you can do. And there's tattoos, eyeshadow, eyeliner, lipstick, so the customization is pretty thorough. And you can also not only do your main character, but you can also do the operators as well. Now, for operators, it's a bit different. You can't do any of this. You can only do their outfits. I think for the majority of them anyways. So you can change his robotic arm and stuff. Trick, you can change his clone stuff. You can see his face if you want to. Or I can make him match me if I want to. So like 501st. Or I can do, I'm gonna keep his helmet because I do like the battle damage to it. But for some characters, obviously you can go into, to change their different outfits. Not all you can, but at least the majority you can. Trick's armor 2. I like that, actually matches better, but yeah, so go to, she's injured. But mostly I think for all of them appearance, you can't. Oh, him you can. So I can change his appearance if I want to. Body type, face markings, all that. So certain ones you can. Like these ones here you can. But ones that are locked to the story, appearance-wise you can't change how they look. But the random operators you hire and pick up along the way, you can change their details, so that's pretty extensive too. And obviously their outfits as well. And then reading their profiles. And any headwear you put on, you can hide it during cutscenes. Which I chose to keep mine on because it's interesting in cutscenes how you can use the voice modulator and then it changes how your voice sounds like you have a helmet on. And then over here you have the med bay.
Outstanding injuries to
So I
attend
have one injury here. I can either do the back to tank, which is an instant heal, or I can do the medical bed, which takes 1 day or 1 cycle to go. So if I do the back to tank, they're just good to go. And then you have to wait, I think, another cycle for the back to tank to be reused again. You have your upgrades here, so your black market, the quality of the black market, droid repair bay, which I did, med bay, which I've done 1 so far, networking, core zone influence, mid zone influence, and then outer zone influence, which probably unlocks way later in the story where I'm at. Upgrade crew stuff like combat readiness, which gives you 1 advantage, then keep stacking as you go. Crew quarters, increase your maximum operators when you're rostered by 1, which I'm going to do now. So that'll take 1 cycle to finish building. And obviously this will come later. Crew focus on weapon mods. Weapons, do the same there. No, I can't right now, but I think I have 1 on the go. But anyways, I'll do that one later. So there's all that that's upgradable. A different type of weapons. Over here is where you recruit different operators. So like right now, since I just did another slot, I can say recruit this person. Tago's true, so you just cost 600 credits, recruit, and they're there. So I can start bringing them on missions if I want to. And obviously, as it goes on, I can get more slots and upgrade from there. Personnel, this is where you look at your overview of them all and kind of what they do, where they're specialized, how much health they have, defense, how far they can move. The bonds, this is where I'm looking at him right now, but if I go to me, this is where I'm bonds am at. So Trick and Cab are my highest. So I can cross train here and show that works. So with him, if I can do, say do this one, both operators gain an additional +2 focus points. Or you can do like that, for example. They're low, theirs might not be as great, so I can do this. They're still a bit neutral, so it gets a bit better, I think, depending on how high the bond is and what kind of training you can do. So in your focus tree, this is the skill tree, so I've got 7 points, so I can do this one and then that one. So that when I'm present, I increase assist damage by 2 and defense by 1 for all operators on the field with me. And upgrade my melee, my bull rush. And then for cab, so you can do this. Increase the operator's assist damage by 3, which is helpful, and then identifying his weakness, upgrade that as well. Yeah, I'll upgrade his rocket strike. I want to save up for this, because if I get down this trick, I can automatically be revived at full health in the next turn, and then it keeps getting better each one, doesn't receive injuries, and so on. Yeah, that's all the skill tree stuff, and then obviously since I just hired him, he's got a lot of catching up to do. So I can kind of go through and pick what's best for him. So he's a soldier like Trick, so he'll have similar stuff. Minus his talent, which is different. So that's the skill tree, and then over here's the armory.
Armory's ready for you.
Where you can equip mods. So let's say on this one, I want to equip the long range scope, so I'll put the long range scope on, and then you get other mod spots as I upgrade the facility and the holotable influence and campaign rewards. So then there's also utilities, so these are all assigned. So me and her have the simple impact bomb grenade. Trick has the fire bomb, which I got from the black market, and Cab has the med pack equipped. Here's the black market.
Shout if anything catches your eye.
And obviously, so things kind of unlock as you progress through the story. Targeting visor, bracing stabilizer, another long-range scope, a droid popper Mark II, which is a better grenade. It's a pulse grenade that can daze targets and severely weaken ray shields, which I haven't come across yet. It's not damage organic targets like humans. So yeah, more stuff comes up as you go through the story. You spend credits, unlock it,
Alrighty.
and then you can talk with him about
working for the Republic
different
leaves a
conversations
bitter
and
taste on the
news and
tongue,
stuff.
It's nice to smell some cash flow around here.
Yeah, not sure Runa will ever forgive me for this one.
Beneath all that tax-loathing bluster is a heart as black as any of ours. She wants those credits too.
I'll be sure to pass that along.
You can talk with the different crew members and stuff, and then here's where you do, like I'd say you spend a lot of the game here upgrading stuff, selecting missions, getting intel during those missions so you can unlock other tactical missions. So this, for example, is a critical operation, expires in 2 days. So it costs 50 and 2 operators. Execute, hit continue.
This could go sideways.
So I can either offer rewards, spread the word that will pay for information about the coil, which costs us 250 credits. Or apply some pressure. Some of our operators can be very convincing. Both of these risks are none, so it should be fine. Gain 25 intel. Ask around, which again, 2 operators versus none. You gain 3 influence in zone RX, so we'll try that one. It will do Trick and the new guy, for example.
That's that.
Operation complete. Their bond goes up since they went on that mission together. The new tactical mission unlocked in Court Silius, and then you get 3 plus influence in Zone RX. Which, when you get each bar built up, you get a zone reward. Which can either be credits, like an item for your gun, different skill stuff. Now you've got the tactical stuff, which is here. That's a tactical mission there. It comes a critical mission, which I think advances the story. So it expires in 2 cycles, though. So if I miss it in 2 cycles, I think it expires. Difficulty in it is dangerous. Got a mission on Lothal here, which expires in 4 cycles. Expires in 2. That one expires in 3. But this one will advance the main story. Any in yellow advances the main story. It says here, under Smugglers and Slug Rats, launch mission Dark Waters. Yeah, so these are your operations where you just
have any kind of guidelines
unlocks you
for
tactical
conduct?
missions,
As
side
far as I
missions,
know.
main missions.
You're the personnel manager.
Yes. And
So that's that. There's one way over here too. And you influence. So these are all the zones. So this one I got the reward in. So the first reward was 2,500 credits. Tier 2 will improve the black market, and then Tier 3 is a hut roulette prize. You unlock an unknown exotic item. So the more you do things in each zone, the more your influence increases. And you get decent rewards. So you get a first reward in this one, which I get soon, is a crew quarters capacity. an extra padding max health by +4 for all operators, and then I get a med pack Mark IV, and so on and so on. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and they have the In Memoriam here, so I have permadeath on, which is you can turn off if you want to.
Aurelio had style. I'll give him
So I've had him die in the very first mission, which I think is a tutorial thing, happens no matter what. And then,
stood with us, even though it cost you everything.
so Hawks, as you see, says a different line every time you go on them. So he died during cycle 5. Place of death was on Apuzo, and he was missing in action because I extracted without him because he got injured. And I wasn't able to get to him, so he got left behind. I talked to M3VO, so you can get an astromech. Haven't done yet. So that's him there, I think. I want to see this quick.
You happy to have the droid repair bay up and running?
More work. I'm thrilled.
Ciao basso, my friend.
That is not how you say you're welcome in Huttese. In fact, there is no such expression, as Hutts rarely show gratitude. Sound familiar?
Is the astromech ready or not?
There he is.
Hello to you too. You're looking good as new.
Truthfully, your paint job is a bit out of date, but that can be rectified.
Great idea. Thanks, Meave. Truly.
I live to serve.
So now I have this astromech as an operator. Basically with that you just get enough credits, and then he's like sitting here. And then once you get enough credits, you can buy the droid repair bay, and then he just gets repaired in a cycle. And this is where your ship sits, which looks great. That's the dude that can repair your ship, I think, if needed, and other stuff. But yeah, I think that covers everything in my first impressions and kind of where I'm at with the game and how I'm feeling, which again is awesome. Totally, as of right now, my game of the year of 2026. It'll definitely be a contender for sure. Well, then I'll have to do for me. So this is Studmin Adventures with my first impressions of Star Wars Zero Company so far with 2 sessions in. See everybody in the next adventure.